Welcome. This is Arrow Channel 17 News. Russia's relentless assault increasingly threatened Ukraine's capital as deadly strikes hit a residential area of Kyiv, underscoring a dire humanitarian crisis that has shocked the world and forced nearly 3 million people to flee the country. Kyiv, under increasing fire, imposed a new 35-hour curfew starting later Tuesday as its mayor warned the city faced a difficult and dangerous moment. But even as the fighting raged and the war entered its 21st day, the leaders of the three European countries traveled to Ukraine's capital to meet with President Zelensky in a bold show of support. The White House said that President Joe Biden would travel to Brussels later this month to attend a NATO summit on the conflict. The effects of such settlements have spilled into policy with countries across Europe opening doors for Ukrainian refugees that were closed for others. The right-wing nationalist humanitarian prime minister referred to Middle Eastern migrants as invaders. But when it comes to Ukrainian refugees, he said, we're letting everyone in. Prime Minister in Bulgaria expressed a double standard even clearer. These are not the refugees we are used to. These people are Europeans, he said. These people are intelligent. They are educated people. This is not the refugee wave we have been used to. People we were not sure about their identity. People with unclear past who could have been even terrorists. Reflecting the bigotry in the international media, African citizens living in Ukraine trying to flee the conflict have experienced racism at the borders, barred from crossing unlike their white Ukrainian counterparts. With Ukraine's whiteness, it has become difficult for Europeans to fathom a time when the region was ravaged by war and civilians were fleeing for their safety. Journalists reports from Ukraine in shock as if bloodshed is exclusive to black and brown communities. In reality, many Europeans have lived through the Yugoslavian wars in the 90s. Their parents and grandparents came also remind them of the World War II, but it is the Middle East that is deemed to be uncivilized and impoverished. During the horrors of the World War II, it was an uncivilized Middle East that welcomed refugees without questions on education or affirmation with the Nazis. So now as you see, the African Americans are now suffering and dealing with racism as they are trying to leave Ukraine. Not only African Americans, but Africans in general. So more with Channel 17 News later on today.